Tucked away in a quiet neighborhood in eastern Iowa Zone 5B lies a gorgeous garden that feels like a world of its own. Today I would like to take you on a tour of my friend's garden, a breathtaking cottage garden with the Asian elements. We visited his house in both April and May, and today I would love to show you how the garden transformed with the seasons. Seeing a garden as it begins to wake up before it reaches the peak helped me understand the layering of the plant and the underlying structure of the space. Come along and join me. As you approach the front of his home, you will notice a birch tree flowers gently swaying in the wind, a delicate welcome to this peaceful retreat. In his front garden, a quiet little pond rests beneath the soft light of early spring. Though the water lily have yet to bloom, the round leaf floats gently on the surface, hinting at the beauty to come. Surrounding the pond, you can see neatly clipped boxwood provide the structure and year-round greenery. Nestled within them sits a small Buddha statue, a peaceful focal point that invites quiet reflection. As we step through the gate into his backyard, a rustic cowbell hung by the gate, one of many charm details that make his garden so special. As we walk down the path, even in the early spring, the garden's layout and strong structure stood out, especially trellis he sets up for the clematis and roses. On the other side, arborvitae and boxwood guides the eye along the soft structure line, enhanced by a thoughtful placed pot that adds visual interest. Instead of planting a solid row of the arborvitae, he left intentional gaps, giving the garden sense of openness and space to breathe. I also really appreciate that he welcomed us to visit his garden, even in its raw early spring state. It's a comforting reminder that it's okay for things not to be perfect, especially after the harsh winter we had. Seeing his garden like this makes me feel better about my own plants that are still recovering from winter damage. On his patio, a large Buddha statue serves as a peaceful focal point, surrounded by the container filled with the cheerful spring bulbs, alternate with the pots of water lily. A nearby fountain adds to the tranquil atmosphere, making the corner of the garden feel like a serene retreat. As we walked down the slope and stepped onto the plateau lawn, we were greeted by a charming little duck family statue. I love these thoughtful details, even the lawn feels playful and full of personality. Out on another side of the lawn, an elegant urn planted with the seasonal annuals create another striking focal point, adding a splash of color, drawing the eye across the garden. He's created a cozy seating area with birdhouse, a resting spot for both people and birds, accented by angel statue that add charm and draw the eye. Look over the slope underneath all these trees. There are plants all over. I have to say he is a master of shade garden. He has planted daffodils, tulips, an abundance of hellebores, anemone, epimediums, and a variety of the woodland plants around the cul-de-sac. I love how he transformed an old tree trunk into the rustic planter. It not only bursts with charm, but also doubles as natural border, gracefully edging the curve of the cul-de-sac, separating the woodland area and lawn. Notice how the master gardener has planted spring boughs in the thoughtful clumps in between the perennial and hostas, rather than in the sweep drift that I did. The perennials will gracefully take over as the bough foliage fades, keeping the garden lush and vibrant. His garden is truly packed with life, layered, intentional, and full of surprise. We returned in mid-May, and now his garden is bursting with color, peonies in full bloom, and tall alliums standing like a purple and white lollipops among the greenery. It's hard to believe how much his garden has filled in just over 2 to 3 weeks. He has planted several varieties of peonies, each with a different bloom time, cleverly extending the peony season and keeping the garden vibrant for weeks. He's also growing different types of clematis, both the bushy ground-hugging varieties and the classic climbing vines, adding layer of texture and vertical interest to the garden. I love this overlook patio, watching the alliums sway gently in the breeze like a sea of purple and white bubble dancing in the nature's rhythm. Red can be a tricky color to work with in the garden, but I think it's paired beautifully with a variegated white, don't you think? His woodland area is now lush with hostas, their broad leaves creating a dense calming greenery canopy. The fading foliage of the spring bulbs is barely visible beneath. The plants are spaced closely, forming a living mulch that suppresses weeds. And that brings us to the end of the video. If you would like to see more of this beautiful garden or curious about who the gardener is, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye!